The first two playing games are over, so let's go through. We'll start with the game that was on Tuesday night with the Perth Wildcats getting the win over the Phoenix. This game was a tough watch. There was 77 free throws and it was at 9:30 AEST, so like most people that watch the NBL are on the Eastern Standard. So the game didn't start till 9:30 and it went past 11:30, and honestly up until like the final 5 minutes it was hard to watch because of how many whistles, every little bit of contact was getting called, and it was very hard to watch and not that enjoyable for what it could have been. But the Phoenix had a good fight in the whole thing. I'm up until like the last 5 minutes when they just let us slip away. Like the first 5 minutes they were down 20-4, but to come be in the lead at halftime was a good effort. They just didn't have enough to go the entire game. Now we get Perth Wildcats versus Melbourne United, which will be a fun matchup. Like Melbourne United always seem to get the better of Perth because they know how to defend Bryce like probably the best in the NBL. And then the Phoenix are going on to face Adelaide 36 on Sunday after Adelaide just got their win over the Sydney tonight. So let's talk about it. My Sydney Kings, they are done for the season. It's just put us out of our misery. We were struggling. We have not been able to put together a full game. We were missing three key rotational players tonight. Like, I think people forget we have been missing Jalen Galloway for most of the season. He was meant to be a key part of our team. We're missing our backup center and Kelly Lupepe. And the whole Xavier Cooks shenanigans that's been going on. Like, apparently it's not illicit drugs, but it's something. So we got to wait and see what that actually was, or if it is one of the contrabands that aren't allowed to be taken. But after like a close first quarter, going down by 10, and then probably playing the best they've played all year long in that third quarter, being up by 2. Bit of a disappointment of how they played the final 5 minutes, but that's Sydney King all season. Good shout out to Adelaide. They pulled it together when they needed to. DJ really hates the Kings for some reason, and he always seems to put on a show, so he knows how to put it on against the Kings. Let's see if he will keep it up against the Phoenix. That's the bigger question. But this was a much more enjoyable game to watch. Not as much refereeing. There were probably some calls that just weren't called that probably should have been called, but it's a lot better than too many calls being called, if you get what I mean. But now my Kings are out, so I'm going for the Hawks. Bring the title back to New South Wales. I will be an honorary Hawk for the rest of the postseason. They haven't won since 2001. It's always a good story when all these teams like that have had these hardships come back and finally win that championship. So let's go Hawks.